Everyone in town knew Thomas Whitaker, the man who never stopped smiling. At first, people thought it was charming. He'd wave from his porch every morning, that wide, eerie grin plastered across his face like a mask. Some said it was a coping mechanism. Others whispered that he'd gone mad after his wife died. But no one ever bothered to ask him. That smile didn't invite conversation, it repelled it. I moved to Grayson Hollow 6 months ago to get away from the city and its noise. I rented a small cottage across from Thomas's house. I remember the first time I saw him. I waved politely. He grinned, as always, eyes squinting like he was laughing at a private joke. But his eyes weren't smiling. They were dead. That night, I couldn't sleep. Something about that grin stayed with me, like a stain you couldn't scrub out of your mind. Around 2 a.m. I looked out the window. He was still on the porch. Still smiling. Still watching. The next day, I went to the local diner. The waitress, Linda, had lived in the town her whole life. I asked about him. "That's just Thomas," she said, drying a glass. "Been smiling like that since the accident." "What accident?" I asked. She leaned in. "About 10 years ago. His wife, Annalise, sweet woman, went missing. No one ever found her. Cops questioned him, but they didn't have enough to charge. The next day, he just started, smiling. And he never stopped." I asked her if anyone had checked his house. She shook her head. "No one wants to get involved. You're not from here, so let me give you some advice, don't poke the bear." I should have listened. Curiosity turned into obsession. Every night, I watched him. He never blinked. Never moved. Just sat and smiled. One night, I snapped. I grabbed a flashlight and walked across the street. He didn't move when I approached. Didn't speak. Just smiled. "Thomas," I said, my voice trembling. "Why are you always smiling?" His eyes locked onto mine. That was the first time I saw something flicker behind them, a twitch. Like he was fighting something. Then he whispered, "She's still here." The door creaked open behind him. Without thinking, I stepped inside. The smell hit me first, rot and something else. Like wet meat. The house was covered in dust, cobwebs like veins running across the ceiling. Everything was perfectly preserved, like no one had touched anything in years. Except the basement door. It was clean. Recently used. Thomas stood behind me now, silent. "She wants to meet you," he whispered. My heart pounded as I descended the stairs. The basement was colder than it should have been. My flashlight flickered, casting long shadows on the stone walls. Then I saw it. A large mirror. Cracked down the center. Chains bolted into the floor in front of it. And a single chair. Empty. Behind me, Thomas whispered, "She's in the mirror now. I keep smiling so she won't come out. What happens if you stop?" I asked, barely above a whisper. He didn't answer. Then, I saw it. A woman. In the mirror. Standing right behind me. But when I turned, no one. Back in the mirror, she was closer. Smiling. Just like Thomas. I ran. I don't remember how I made it out. Just that I ran until my lungs gave out. I moved out of Grayson Hollow the next day. But sometimes, I catch myself smiling when I don't mean to. And when I look in the mirror, I see her. Just a little bit closer each time.